Alright guys, apparently they're going to resume with different players, but they're gonna keep the same picks. So I don't know what the hell Pink's doing. There we go, Magmus pick up. So back to where we were at before. We're trying to figure out how the lanes were going to be distinguished in this scrim. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work out. I'm guessing the Rally's going to play Suicide. Rally Suicide, Dark Lady Torture together, Mag Pyro mid. On the Hellborn team, I'm not sure how they're going to lane this. I imagine Bubbles will be, I'd say, in the Suicide role. I'm not entirely sure. Let me put D&D on again. Alright, try one more time. There we go. Team chat, gone. So now we can have... You guys can have me all to yourself. Alright, well, so we have the strategic pause right off the beginning. It's probably more for the last for us than it would be for thinkQUICK, just due to the fact that the people that they brought in really aren't familiar with the picks. I don't know how much they've talked to Diglett, and he probably just basically said, yo, this is what you're playing, you know, get in the game and we'll work it out from that point on. You can see that The Last of Us, they're out the gate a little bit faster. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to go into the Hellborn jungle and they're going to sit just to make sure that they're going to make sure that they don't have an opportunity to ward Ophelia's camps. Alright, that's something I need to get used to, guys, is the camera angles. I'm really hoping, or the hotkeys. I need to be better with my spacebar, basically. My spacebar and my XCV button. Sometimes whenever they do these quote-unquote strategic pauses, I wish I was doing a replay cast, because this is like the most boring thing at the beginning of the game. It's a scrimmage. That's the one thing that I hate about this, is that they take the scrimmages very seriously, and I imagine that's how you become better as a team. But we've been in pause now for like 4 or 5 minutes.
Let's get it on.
Alright, here we go. So like I said before, basically the Hellborn team, they're going to try to round out here and basically make it so the Legion team doesn't have an opportunity to ward any of Ophelia's camps. Probably just going to sit, squat. The Legion team is doing the exact thing that they're trying to stop, and that's running as a group to the Hellborn jungle. They are warded up. Pyromancer has 1 rev ward. Torture has 2 sight wards. So we're going to see if they can get any of these down. They have everybody in the Hellborn jungle with the exception of the Jereziah, which looks to be bottom. which is going to be huge if they engage here. They're probably just going to back and let them put the wards down and then just counter them. Hope they have an opportunity to see where they're putting the ward down. That's actually a pretty good ward. That'll be hard to find. Like I said, they did put a ward down. The Hellborn team did put a ward down. They're going to see them place this one. So they know where that one is. That's going to be easily countered. And that looks like that's all they're going to do. They're going to block the hard camp, the medium camp, and apparently the other medium camp. So, a little taunt on Chunk's part to, I'm guessing, the Ophelia player, basically saying good luck, have fun countering all this. And right off the bat, she finds the ward, which is pretty good. So the pull's been blocked by the Legionnaire. I'm sorry, not the Legionnaire, but the Jereziah, and he's going to pull the creep wave. The Dark Lady has vision of this, so basically how she's going to counter this is she's going to pull these creeps into those creeps. Very well played. So it's a wash. The lane's a wash. Torture should have no issues harassing this Jereziah out of the lane. So we have Rally against a Gauntlet Aluna lane. This Rally is going to have a really difficult time. The double stun, Aluna has amazing harass. But they did send this Bubbles solo against a Mag Pyro lane, which is... It's old school, but it works. It works. There's a reason why teams still run it. I was refreshed the other day whenever I did a cast of thinkQUICK. Oh, we might see Bubbles get a kill here. Loses sight, and we're going to see a turn, and Bubbles is going to fall. Well, that was a little bit of an overplay by the Bubbles. I don't blame him, because... he had a kill opportunity. If he would have maintained sight, he probably would have killed the Pyromancer and got the Bloodlust. He probably would have died in the process still, but he would have still got the Bloodlust, which would have given him the experience, which is huge when you're down 2-1 in assault or in this mid lane here. For the most part, it looks like they're doing a pretty good job. Bottom lane harasses Jereziah out. He still has 3 creep kills, which is still pretty impressive compared to this Rally top, which has none. No creep kills, no denies. We might see something here. And there we go. There's Rally's first creep kill. But I think our attention is probably going to be on this bottom middle lane here. Torture does get the impalement first, which is huge, especially if you're trying to box out this Jereziah. And this Rally, man, he's having a difficult time top. I don't know if he's going to survive. If Aluna can get a couple more auto attacks in and the throw, I don't know, Rally might be able to dodge it. Oh, she tried to guess where he was going to lunge to, and she missed the throw. That would have been a kill. But Pyromancer is heading bottom. I don't know, they might be having some lag issues. Let's do /PA to find out. And the server seems pretty balanced for everybody. Playmaker is disconnecting. He does have the second highest ping in the server behind the Swift lane. So... oh, wow. Well, she did a pretty phenomenal job countering the wards. I mean, she got every one of them. She did spend a lot of money, though. I imagine she's not the one that bought all of those. I can't imagine she's the one that bought all of those. I know she's the one that placed them. But... she did get all the wards that they put up, which is pretty impressive. They don't have any vision of the rune top. They don't have any vision of the rune bottom. Matter of fact, the only wards that are currently... okay, I guess. Yeah, it does have 4 creep kills compared to the Magmus's 11. Pyromancer doesn't have any. So it's not too much at a disadvantage. Right now, the big leader in creeps is the Dark Lady, which is expected, being babysat bottom. Torture, sitting on none. So you're not going to see any items come out of him anytime soon. I just don't understand how the Hellborn plans to run this. If they're going to go mass heal push, they have the potential with the Ophelia and the Jereziah. But I think that they have to end this game relatively early. If they let this game go past, say, the 25-minute mark or the 30-minute mark, with a Dark Lady exponentially increasing her farm without ganking her, the bubbles is going to have to play a pretty big role in that. This game is going to be very one-sided from that juncture on. And Playmaker's back. And he's ready, and let's see if they're ready to go. Let me zoom out a little bit here just to make sure I don't miss anything. I'm trying to be a lot better with my camera this time, guys. Alright, Rally, sitting at 200 life. If we see the stun and the throw, he's dead. I don't know if Aluna has enough for both. She's trying. I don't know why she's not using her skills. Right there was an opportunity for a straight line throw. Chunks is really faking the stun here middle to try to bait this bubbles into either a take cover or maybe a shell surf out. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see this Rally fall soon. He's down to 2 tangos. It's gonna be really difficult for him to stay in this lane as this Aluna still levels up, and she's doing a relatively decent job staying in experience range. So they aren't stacking, which I guess that makes sense for the Ophelia because she really can't take stacks. And this Jereziah is not doing a terrible job bottom, just staying in experience range. He is doing, or he's pulling 200 and looks like 270 experience per minute, which is a hell of a lot better than, say, compared to the Torturer or the Pyromancer or the Rally. So he's playing pretty well. The Torturer is doing some work bottom though, boxing him out whenever she does have an opportunity to do so. Now we see some rotation here coming from Ophelia. I don't know if they're going to try to set something up middle. Their targeted choice, I'm guessing, would be the Pyromancer. He does pick up. Looks like he's doing the shared ball. He's having stuff delivered, but the Ophelia beat him to the rune. So it was a DD. Looks like Ophelia picked up the DD. Yeah, that'll just allow her to farm a little bit better. We're gonna see if they jump on, and they're not gonna be able to get the kill here. Oh wow! There was a point in fervor. They may have gotten the kill. I don't know if they would have gotten him low enough to actually, get to that point. But I'm trying to figure out exactly what. Obviously, they're prioritizing the farm on the Gaunlet. I imagine he's going to go first item PK, which would make sense. So then he can just kind of roam around the map, and then they can set up picks and pushes to follow suit. But I think this is a terrible strategy if they allow this Dark Lady to take off. If you guys watched the scrimmage that I cast the other night, Playmaker got his Dark Lady up over 700 GPM, and even though the rest of his team was slightly handicapped in experience and gold, whenever they would team fight, she would just tear people apart. It got to the point where even high HP heroes that they had on their team, she was cutting through with 3 or 4 auto attacks. So obviously we're far ways away from that point, but we might see a jump on the Jereziah here. I think they're probably going to be able to take him down. The Impalement's doing some work. 2 more auto attacks. There goes the Jereziah. So this is what I'm talking about. She's almost 350 GPM at this moment. The Gaunlet is actually farming better than the Dark Lady, which is pretty impressive. So right now, who's playing that Diglett? Diglett is 370 GPM, almost 370 GPM with the Gaunlet. I imagine you're going to see a porter key on him before not. I mean, he has his steam boots picked up already. As soon as he hits 6, which he's going to be close, here goes the Rally. Rally's probably going to fall. No! Man, Aluna has missed with another throw. I don't think she's hit very many in that top lane, which has got to make it really frustrating for Diglett on that Gaunlet, because they probably could have set up more kills on this Rally, which would have allowed Diglett even more free farm, because not only is he worried about the denies, or not as is he worried about the last hits for the gold, but he's also worried about the denies to negate the experience to the Rally. And whenever Rally's dead and not in the lane, you don't have to worry about that stuff. So you don't miss last hits that you would typically miss whenever you're going for a deny or something like that. So I think it's pretty difficult. It looks like the Jereziah rotated mid. He may have just given up on bottom entirely. The Ophelia looks like she's rotating top. I don't know if they're going to try to set something up on this rally from behind. It looks exactly like what they're going to do. They do have the try stun. Well, quad stun if you count. Yep, he's dead. There's no way he's going to survive this. And down goes the rally. So we had the hold from the Skeleton King, the stun from the Minotaur, the stun from the Aluna. It's just a combination, and no hero on the Legion team could have survived. Looks like this Jerry is going to rotate behind the tower on the top lane. He's probably just going to nuke the creep wave down whenever it comes in. They're going to try to do an early push on this tower. And this is what I was talking about. Wow. Good play by Bubbles. Chunks is... I don't necessarily want to say he was out of position, but he was a lot further up than he needed to be. I don't know if he was trying to get sight of the Bubbles or whatnot. But this is what I was talking about. So this is the only way they're going to win this game, right? They're going to get the core items that they need to get on the heroes like Gaunlet and whoever else, maybe Ophelia, which she did pick up a Ring of Sorcery. But they're just going to push down towers as fast as they possibly can. If they get an overwhelming gold lead and they can push into the base early enough that the Dark Lady isn't big enough, it doesn't matter how farmed she gets, the game will be over. You can't fight against multiple racks being down. This tower is going to fall. But it does look like the Legion team is doing some damage on this bottom tower, so they might be able to get a single tower for a duel. And the one nice thing the Legion can work from on this bottom lane is now the lane is significantly pushed up. So Gaunlet just picked up his portal key, but the lane is significantly pushed up. So Rally can recover some in this lane. If he farms it right, he's pretty safe back here. Even without sight, say like up on this hill here, he still has the ability to recover, which will allow him to pick up something as simple as maybe boots. Right now he's sitting on 500 gold, so he just spent that. I imagine he just bought boots. I didn't actually see the item that he bought. But this point in the game, you're going to see a transition. They're either going to rotate toward the middle tower and continue the push, or you might see them try to get another pick, and wherever that pick may be, that's where they'll try to push from. So it looks like right now they're going to try to set something up on Dark Lady. Huge hook by Diglett with the Gauntlet, the ultimate, and the Dark Lady is going to fall. That all played in absolutely perfect order. They overlap the stuns perfectly. She charging striked out of the hook back, but then Diglett was right on the spot with his ultimate, followed up by the Aluna stun and throw. It does look like they're going to rotate bottom, try to put some pressure on this tower. They do have two heroes mid, and their big tower pusher in Aluna, or I'm sorry, not in Aluna, but in Ophelia, middle, where this Magmus maintaining their position. The Bubbles does port top to try to go after the Pyromancer, but he's going to pick up an Invis rune, so he should be fine. Unless the Bubbles decides to use his ultimate. Rally's here, so we're probably going to see a stun. And where's the ultimate? There we go. And Bubbles tries to shell surf away, but the damage done by the Rally ultimate is too much. Too much, even after the power splat pop. So, I don't know if Gauntlet is going to try to set something up here again. His ultimate is off cooldown in 15 seconds. That's one nice thing about Gaunlet, is that his ulti does have a very short cooldown, and it can lock down pretty much the whole team if you're grouped. So they do have 4 heroes bottom. The Legion team, as far as I know, they don't have any vision. They have no vision, so they have no idea who's here. They just see this Gauntlet. They're going to try to do some turn damage here. The Dark Lady is going to go in. She's trying to attack the Jereziah, but I'm worried that... Ooh! Wow, okay, the rally, that was actually probably not a good idea by the Rally, because if the Jereziah does pop a heal bomb there, the Dark Lady would be dead. Pyromancer does come in invis, and he's probably going to fall. Oh, wow, what a turn by Diglett. Huge stun by Magmus, and he's going to get off. Oh, no, the eruption was canceled! The eruption was canceled based on the oh, my goodness, what's the name of the skill? I can't think of the name of it. Oh, Song of the Sea by Bubbles. It was perfectly timed. That would have been huge. It probably would have killed 3 people on the Hellborn team had he got that eruption off. And Ophelia ports Diglett back. Ports the Gauntlet back to base, so he's going to heal up fully and come back into the fight. So Pyro goes ahead and picks up the Striders. They do have a Ward of Vision, or a Ward of Sight behind the tower here, so they know what the the health is on the tower just based on whether the creeps are. They know where the Legion team is around the tower. They're going to get this tower within the next minute. They're just basically going to regroup and do the repush again. Gauntlet's going to do his best to creep clear top and make sure the lane stays pressured. The idea behind this strategy is basically to keep the towers up on their side, keep the money down on the Legion side, and get picks whenever they have an opportunity and play off those picks with pushes. So, what that does mean is it'll be a short game. So, we're going to see the decision made for this game probably in the next, I'd say 10 minutes. 10 minutes is going to decide this game. They do look like they're going to try to collapse on mid here. Pyromancer's in a really bad spot. Magmus stuns in. Oh my.
The Legion have destroyed a healthy
Oh, okay, so they do get the tower bottom. Dark Lady does, pretty much solo. And then we have Gaunlet still pushing up here. I don't know if this is going to work for or against The Last of Us. Just basically letting this Gaunlet farm. Gaunlet, after he gets his core items, I really don't see a use. He is going to try to jump on this Dark Lady here. He misses his hook, misses the power glove. The only thing he could have possibly done there was followed it up with the ultimate, but I don't know if there would have been enough people in range to try to burn the Dark Lady down. She did use her charging strikes, but it also has a relatively short cooldown with 11 seconds. So I don't know if they'd have been able to kill her in 11 seconds. She's just going to go back to farming. She's still not doing too bad of a job. She is at 330 GPM, and the Gauntlet is up over 400 at this point. But the Magmus is also doing very well. So Magmus does have his portal key at this point, and Dark Lady still has her sort of has her safe haven bottom to farm. She's gonna try to deny this here. Needs to get one more attack. Okay, there we go. So the tower is denied bottom, and they are doing a little bit better of a job with having some vision up. But this Aluna already, look at this, countering it right off the bat. Just put this ward up. Just put it up. It's gone already. It's a shame. So they have a lane ward up. That's not really doing anything for them because obviously there's no tower there for them to port to. There's no tower bottom, so she's not safe where she's at. But basically they're going to group as 5 men, push down this middle tower. And there's nothing really the Legion team can do. They can't fight this. They have to get a core item, whether it be the Runed Axe on the Dark Lady or... I don't know. They got to get something else beyond the Magmus portal key. Because the Magmus portal key by itself isn't going to win them a fight. They just have too much in the way of heals at this point. And then they also have too much in the way of follow-up lockdown. So unless they burst these heroes down right off the bat, you're going to run into a situation where the team is going to turn on you and wipe you out immediately. And look at the ward jump. Look at this. So not only did Aluna counter the ward right here on the entrance ramp, but she made it so that they could take this Kong, and there's no way in hell the Legion team has any opportunity to even get close. I mean, one, they don't have any sight at all. So there's no sight in this entire region. The closest ward is here, here, and here. So this entire center section of the map is completely dark, and they have so much vision in the Legion jungle that there's no way that the Legion would even be able to approach the Kongor pit without them knowing. So they have token. And we're going to see a group and push. And they know the Dark Lady is far off of her core item. I'm not entirely sure what she's sitting on. If she's sitting on one of the broadswords, I doubt it because I think I'd see it in her inventory. Imagine she would keep a broadsword over something like a minor totem. So at the least, she's sitting right now 700. She's sitting 1900 gold off of her Runed Axe, which is going to put her at like a 22-minute Runed Axe. So Diglett jumps in, uses basically everything he has on the rally. Magmus had a pretty huge ultimate there. And we see the slow on the Ophelia. Looks like he's going to try to turn and do some chip damage to Pyromancer, and everybody else are attacking into this Aluna. Luna's gone. Looks like she's going to send back the... No, Gauntlet's not getting sent back. She used the bang on one of the heroes. And Gaunlet tried to hook Ophelia, but it didn't matter because the Skeleton King grasped, and it didn't allow the stun or anything, or anybody else in the Legion team to press forward to chase down the Ophelia. So they are going to get this tower middle. That was a huge shift in momentum, just based on the fact that the whole concept of the Hellborn strategy is to basically win this game before Dark Lady can get in a position to win it for the Legion team. And whenever you have fights the way they did, Honest probably has took a steam bath right underneath a Rev Ward. Pretty big ultimate by the Rally, but the Magmus is still going to fall. And Rally's in a really bad spot now. He's probably also going to fall too. Huge snipe by the Aluna coming down the center lane. Pyromancer is going to try to get out. He got out, which is really good timing. Good play by Pyromancer. Good play, Chunks. The only issue is they have no defense whatsoever to stop this tower push middle. They are down Magmus and Rally for at least 20 seconds. Neither hero. Well, the Rally or the Magmus has a buyback at this point. But let's look at the GPM chart here. This is what I was talking about. So, well, actually, Ophelia is farming quite well. Ophelia and the Aluna are farming quite well. The spread all across the Hellborn team is pretty impressive. I still think, like I said, they got to push it. They got to win this by like the 25-minute mark, and they're right on pace to do so.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
Nice with the Vulture Lord in the back. That's not going to allow, with the Cyclone in the back, it's not going to allow him to come through. It looks like Diglett jumped in. He does have the token. I imagine he's treating it that he doesn't care if he dies because he's going to come back up. He didn't really use any of his skills other than his blink in and try to hook back out. But they are going to keep the pressure up on this Rax. Whether it's just using the affiliate creeps or if they decide to stay in as a group, they're going to make use of this token the best that they can. And like I said, okay, so I did miss Playmaker picking up the Rune Dax. I don't know if he had it in the last fight or not, but if she can get out into the jungle, and I mean they do have stacks. I don't know if the Hellborn team is intentionally ignoring these stacks, but that would be something on the exit that I would definitely clear out. This is tripled, and that's going to be close to that's going to be about 500 gold right there. I mean, those are nice additions to the Dark Lady gold pot. And Aluna is keeping up the work about countering every ward that they put on the map. So right now we have one ward on the map, and it happens to be top lane Cliff. That's it. Man, the Legion team is really struggling with this warding. This Aluna is next level. She's guessing very well in places where she doesn't have vision as to where wards may be. But then she's also not allowing them to keep any wards up on the map. Gaunlet is... Oh, okay, so he just picked up a Steam Staff? I don't know. He's probably going to go Hellflower. That would be my guess. That's probably a mainstay pickup on a Gauntlet after you pick up your core portal key. This Torture is in a really bad spot. Ophelia creeps, the bubbles, ultimate used. And the Aluna with the power throw that wasn't necessary. Ooh. Turn that down a little bit. Alright, so they're going to push this bottom tower. Looks like the Legion team is going to try to counter push top. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to get it down. Towers that have health, and if they don't push back, they're going to take this bottom tower and bottom racks. They need to get back as a team. This tower is going to fall really, really quick. This is what I was talking about. So if you look at the experience lead right now, the experience is pretty much identical for the teams, and that's just because the Hellborn team is staying so grouped. Whenever you do that, your team really suffers for experience. They do take out the Ophelia creeps, which is actually pretty good. They shouldn't deny the tower, just because it's never a good idea to deny a base tower. That's something that I wish people in the 1500 bracket or 1600 bracket would realize, but having that additional vision is worth a hell of a lot more than the 1,000 gold that the Hellborn team would gain from killing the tower, and the potential DPS that the tower would shell out. It looks like they are going to get a decent jump here on this Bubbles. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away, take covers for the Pyro stun, but he doesn't take cover for the Pyro ultimate, and down goes the Bubbles. Pyromancer ultimate. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And the thing about it is only level 1. Only level 1. drop you from full health to half health. I mean, the bubbles is sitting on, what, 800 life? Yep, full health to half health. So, we're going to see a reset here. It looks like the Hellborn team is going to, their next batch of core items. Ophelia did pick up the Energizer. It looks like Jereziah is on his way to a barrier idol. He already has the Shaman's headdress and the refreshing ornament. The Bubbles picked up the portal key. Aluna just has a tablet, which is huge for primary support, which she has steam boots and a tablet. Bubbles just finished the Sackstone, which is pretty impressive. Now on the other side, we're looking at a Torturer with just red boots and a Bracer, a Pyromancer with Striders, a Gravelocker, which isn't too bad. The vestments seem to be a major pickup on this team, and that's one thing that's kind of surprising to me at this point, that the Dark Lady doesn't have vestments. Imagine you're going to see that pickup relatively soon. She's got to drop the minor totems. I don't know what she's going for right now. She is sitting on 2,700 gold. I don't know if she's saving for a buyback or what, but the Abyssal doesn't seem like it's going to be the general direction that she goes, just based on the fact that she could have had the item already. I don't know what she's going to do. She might go straight Shrunken Head, which is probably her best bet at this point. And it looks like Jereziah is doing the Ancients here with this Bubbles. GPM charts. You can see that this Magmus and this Dark Lady are starting to take off significantly above the rest of their team. But the Gauntlet is still leading the way. Almost at 500 GPM. Diglett is playing a big Gauntlet. He's playing a very big Gauntlet. He's actually sitting on that Hellflower now, which is pretty good. 23-minute Hellflower, Portal Key, Vestments, Steam Boots. He's sitting pretty. I don't know what he's going to follow it up with. At this point, any item after this is entirely luxury. He can go down several paths. He can go with a Sheepstick. He could go with a Demonic. He could go with a Shrunken Head. He could go many different directions. And no matter what pickup he makes, they're all going to be favorable to his team. Like I said, 100% luxury item. This Dark Lady's trying to do her best farming job. She looks like she just cleaned up some stacks here in the Legion jungle. And Pyromancer, sitting on that power supply, or that mana battery, 10 charges, sitting on that ultimate. You know, I know Chunks playing that Pyromancer is probably itching to blow somebody up with it right now. But it looks like they might just be waiting for the Kongor to come back up. Diglett on the Gauntlet is going to port top to push that lane back again, which Dark Lady just pushed up, which is just going to increase his farm even more. I think we're approaching that point of no return. It looks like Pyromancer just picked up a Portal Key, which is pretty good for a secondary support. It's a little bit behind somebody, say, like the Aluna tablet and the Bubbles Portal Key, but still pretty effective. He's not doing too bad for only farming at 200 GPM. I imagine they're trying to prioritize all the farm on the Dark Lady, and she did. She went straight Shrunken Head. So, in this next team fight, what's going to make or break the Dark Lady is the Jereziah ultimate. It's going to be how effective the Jereziah ultimate is. Is it going to land on the majority of the team? Is it going to be where they can get Jereziah to pop it and the team backs, so the Jereziah ultimate wears off and then it's basically ineffective? I don't know how they're going to approach it, but this next team fight is going to be 100% dependent upon how the Jereziah lands this ultimate. If Dark Lady gets off a full 10-second Shrunken Head and can do some auto attack damage to this team, she's going to do some serious work. Imagine they're going to use these Scout Illusions, or not the Scout Illusions, but the Bubbles to scout out the Legion jungle here with illusions. Pyromancer does jump in, and oh my, this is a really big initiation by the Magmus. Does a lot of damage to the Aluna. Huge skeleton grasp on the Dark Lady. She's not going to be able to do anything. Pyromancer turns around and drops the Gauntlet, but immediately Diglett buys back. And Diglett buys back. They're going to jump right back into the Kongor pit and finish what they started. They have 4 people down on the Legion team, and the bottom tower falls naturally to creeps, but we knew the tower was sitting basically at 1 hit. The only person that survived, like I said, was that Pyromancer, who did initially dump his load on a Bubbles illusion, which is kind of a shame, but there was no way for him to know that. But he did end up dropping the Gauntlet and forcing the buyback. So that was your luxury item pickup that I was talking about before. Was the buyback. That was basically what he was using that additional gold for. Oh my! That snipe just missed from Aluna. If that were connected, oh, that'd have been a huge pick, especially right next to the well. Looks like they are going to rotate bottom and try to drop these 2 racks, which they're sitting fully exposed, both at half-life, due to a lot of damage done to each one by creeps. Magmus does stun in, he steam baths, and he's going to fall. The Gauntlet immediately picks him off, and Rally stuns in. It's like a one at a time right now. So this Torture is in a really bad spot too. We're going to see probably, yep, Power Glove. And there goes the Torturer. Dark Lady's back. She does Charging Strikes in, which kills the Gauntlet. I'm not entirely sure she realized that the Gauntlet had the token. And there we go, guys. I was off by, what, 3 minutes? 3 minutes. That's pretty good. I had that game pretty wrapped up in the sense that I knew it was going to be decided by the 25-minute mark. So it was well played by the Last of Us. They executed their strategy from the beginning, ideally, and there was nothing really that the Legion team could have done differently, other than maybe try to avoid picks a little bit better. But they did exactly what they decided that they were going to do. So congratulations, The Last of Us. I imagine you'll see another scrim from these 2 teams relatively soon. But it was fun. I like casting these scrims, guys. So I'm gonna try to keep it up. All right, this is Nick Saberwolf Brenny with another SaberCast. Signing off.